they're forcing me to get off the plane, and then finally
And
I told
not nicely, right?
not nicely, and
like
I had to
rudely.
answer like, I don't care if this plane, because they keep on insisting that the flight is already delayed and
Right.
we're the cause of the delay.
Right.
And then I
and
They-
the people
excuse
can
me.
hear
yeah,
that, right?
and people are coming in front. Like, can
What's
you explain
happening?
us what's
Right.
happening?
Yeah, right.
What's happening? That flight is already delayed, and they're looking at you being the
Right.
cause of the
Thinking
delay,
that you're
thinking you're the
causing,
cause of the delay.
So-
And then so I just had to tell them, I don't care if this plane doesn't fly. I'm not getting off this
Good
plane.
for you.
Were you crying?
No.
Wow, good for you. I would be so
No,
crying.
but the
already.
thing is, what if, okay, good thing Marites had, the sensibility.
presence of mind,
But not
yes.
all Filipinos will stand their ground.
Exactly.
Usually the Filipinos will just go up and leave and suffer. So
I know, that's
about
what I
all
don't
those
like.
Filipinos that
Who
you
can't
know,
speak
yeah.
out, who can't reason out like you.
Because obviously now in the Cebu, there are a lot of blogs that have come out and
Complaining.
How many people did you say were complaining of the same cases?
A lot.
A lot,
Actually,
right?
if you Google it and put Cebu Pacific complaints, you'll get
See,
like
there are
a
many
lot.
pages.
So, okay, because
So-
it was the Christmas season, do you think it's possible that they overbooked their flight and they tried to get you out to accommodate some people on that flight?
Well, there's a possibility, but the plane was like fully booked at that
My
time.
other question is, I never understand this. If you're the front row, the first row, why on earth every time you get to your seat are there bags there already? If it says 1A, 1B, that should be left empty for 1A, 1B. The problem is that people go in early and put
And
their
they
bags
put their
there.
bags in the beginning,
That's
yeah.
what they should be looking at
Okay.
instead of people, instead of the manual.
Yes, yes, yes. No, yeah. So the
All the
flight
time.
attendants should be the ones to look after that.
All the
It's not the
time.
fault maybe of the passengers because
No, I feel the boarding should be done according to row. You start with the last row, so none of the bags should be there yet. All the bags. You start from the last row, going up,
or
going
maybe
up.
some people just like to put their bags in front so that when they don't carry it all the way in the aisle and then they just get it.
Exactly, but if you want that, then you check in early, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, when you take the first row, you pay an extra fee.
Yes,
So
and
she
she
had
did
paid
that, yes.
an extra fee
Yes.
for this.
Yes.
And there's no even like bulkhead space, which defeats the purpose of you paying for a front row if you can't even put your bags on top.
Okay, so back to your story.
So
So you said, I'm
finally,
not getting off this plane
I
and
took
I
my
don't...
seat because I already saw my son weeping. So I feel like I have to sit beside him and comfort him and everything. And then furthermore discussion went with them. I don't know if they talked with the pilot or whatever, but from what I heard later on, it was the pilot who finally decided that
Let's just go.
Let's just go. After an hour and 10 minutes of discussion and
What
delaying
is the
flight.
name of this pilot?
I think if I remember right, it's Captain Binarao.
Okay.
Captain
You know what
Binarao.
I don't understand? I mean, getting discriminated in another country is already bad enough, but getting discriminated
your
by a fellow
own-
Filipino, for me, that's just the worst. I mean, if you have a child that's a special child, that's why it's special. You have to give extra
Special
care. You
care.
don't look down on them.
Exactly.
Exactly what we felt during that time. They're like Filipinos. They're the one who's supposed to be fighting for your rights. Like
Yes.
when we were in the States with our son, we've been traveling with him.
They get special
They get
treatment.
special
Of
treatment.
course. Yes.
We go to Disneyland.
First in line.
First
Yes,
in line.
yes,
You
yes.
don't even
Yeah.
fall in
No
line.
line-
No
lining
lines
up
at
at
all.
all.
You go to the groceries, they get greeted. Good morning.
Yes,
Hi,
yes,
hello.
yes.
And
They
then
get a treat sometimes.
yes,
yeah.
most of the time. And then this time, what makes it worse? It's like there was no apology at all.
Oh, okay. So as they were leaving the plane, wait, let's not forget, okay, this is, by the way, practically 24 hours before Christmas, and people were acting this way. And
Yeah.
as Maritas was getting off the plane,
So finally, I took my seat. The plane flew. I was seated in front. The purser and another flight crew was sitting in front of me, like we were
Yeah,
seated.
Yes, 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 facing
because
each
they're
other,
facing
yes.
each other. At least they say like, sorry
Pasensya na
ma'am,
po.
pasensya na po, there was misunderstanding, or pasensya na, etc. Or they could have
I'm sorry
explained.
about I'm sorry, about
what
the manual,
happened.
but that's just the rules.
It's-
We're just doing our job. or
Exactly.
something, right?
I was
Anything.
expecting something like that, but there was nothing at all.
Okay, so when the plane flew, so they left you and you were seated comforting Arvin, and then the plane just flew. Like they didn't say anything
They
anymore.
didn't say
So
anything at
kaya
all.
pala for the plane to fly.
Exactly.
Kaya
Because
pala.
if it was a matter of security or safety
They
of
really
the other
wouldn't fly.
passengers,
Yeah.
they could have dragged us off the plane. If it's
Yes,
really,
yes.
it was
Because
really
yeah,
a big-
and they're allowed to refuse anyone entry, right?
Yes.
So I mean, if
But
you
they
were
could
really
have-
causing a commotion, they can't take you out of the plane.
Yeah.
Even if you're drunk, they can take you out of the plane.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, they were saying that it's a now they're saying in their statements that it's a government policy. And like I was talking with other airline employees and airline officials, it's like if it's indeed was a security risk, they would drag you off the plane rather
Yes,
than
physically, yeah.
causing their license to be revoked because they did not obey a rule.
More than anything else, I think it's the manner in which they were giving you the information.
Yes, actually.
First of all, it's their fault. They did not find out. I mean, it's your job to find out, right? I mean, we're not gonna go there and say, okay, you know, unless it's. I'll understand if somebody that needs a wheelchair because they have limited numbers of wheelchairs available. But if you don't,
But not even.
yeah, but even then, you should have enough.
Yes, yes,
Diba?
yes.
You should have enough. You
Yeah.
have to assume that there are a lot of people that are elderly that are traveling.
Yeah. So in a case like this, that's I mean, it's very sensitive. The least they could have done was be nice enough to say it. I mean, not to say it in a nice way. You know,
Because
in a
they
very,
did
very
cause
careful
her
way.
embarrassment. I
Exactly.
mean, we'd be embarrassed, right? I mean,
Of
if we were
course,
made to stand there and everyone's
I mean,
looking at
when
you
I hear the
thinking,
story, my hair's already standing because I'm really nanginginig sa inis.
Plus the normal SOP, like they say thank you when you get off the plane.
Yes.
We didn't get any.
not a single one of the 1 million crew
Not
said
one.
thank
not
you
stay-
on their
thank
way
you for
out.
flying to Cebu Pacific or hope to see you soon on our.
They greet everyone. They're
greet
required
everyone.
to, right?
And,
And-
even my niece who talked with them, she didn't get any thank you or whatsoever. And then on our, since I was kind of irritated already because I didn't get any apology, I didn't get any thank you or whatsoever. Before I went out of the plane, I told them, I hope I've proven you wrong because my son was well behaved the entire flight. And their answer was like, excuse me, excuse me.
Really?
Can you imagine? I mean, it was so nice of her to not like cuss or swear.
Yeah, I
or,
know, I know.
I mean, she was so calm the whole time. But you know, you have some people abuse kindness. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, obviously, she even said, even when she said, I hope I proved
Yeah,
you wrong,
she said it in
my
a
son
nice
was in
way.
his best behavior, they should have said, oh, I'm really sorry about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
then. Or at least then, even if it was
Yes,
so
we'll see what
late,
we can do or
even if you
something.
solicited the apology, they should have apologized at that point.
Yeah, we're sorry that this is happening, but I don't know what.
Or at least one of them. Eh? How can it be that? How many?
That
how
all of
many-
them are like
four,
that.
Four.
Four? How
crew.
can all four be rude? That's kind of strange.
Well,
We're supposed to be Filipinos. We're supposed to be like the most hospitable.
yeah, and somebody should have told the
charming.
other three.
Plus, you know, they do have training.
Yeah, I know. Who is their training manager anyway?
And what about their consciences, diba? I
Yes,
mean,
yes. Jerry.
Yeah, I was wondering about one thing because as far as I know, for a doctor to assess a person if he's mentally ill, he has to take a couple of hours in observing him and interviewing him, while this crew
Person.
attendant, by just mere looking at my son, he was able to assess that he was mentally ill. And,
Yeah.
besides, he can't be mentally ill, or he'd be like in shackles,
Yes, yes.
or a straight jacket. if
I
he
would
was
have
mentally
understood
ill.
if he was misbehaving or if he was unruly, but he was in his best behavior at that time because you know kids when
Yes,
they're
yes.
tired already they just sit
But
down
even
and sit.
even children who are not special, they can still be rowdy. Also.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually,
be
there was
normal and
one
maybe
there was one
rowdier.
regular child who was crying the entire flight,
Oh, see?
and they cannot do
they had
anything
an
about it.
addendum that special children are not mentally ill, are not considered mentally ill.
I think it doesn't take Einstein to figure that special children are a world apart from mentally ill.
Yes,
because if you're
yes,
mentally
yes.
ill, you'll be in a
Mental
institution.
hospital. Uh-huh.
You cannot be roaming the streets, right? So anyway, we'll have more of Meritas and Jerry in a little bit, so don't go away. We'll be right back.